Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. I am so excited about today. Sounds like my earbud's not working. Let me try the other one. Okay, let's give this a try. All right. Happy Friday again. We're going to make a beautiful layout out of this Boho Beach kit. So I'll show you pictures of what the cards look like, but let's just get straight to the scrapbook because I'm super excited about it. And I feel like the kits are pretty easy to follow step by step, but making it into a scrapbook page, I think would just be amazing. So this is the kit. And as you know, when you get a kit, they're all inclusive. You won't need anything except for maybe a pair of scissors. So this is the stamp set, and it's got sit back and relax, enjoy your day. It's got, it looks like a palm frond, some little dots, and we've got little, looks like seaweed. And then we've got a pecan pie Stampin' Spot. And then this is what the kit looks like. Aren't those beautiful cards? But the yummy part, or scrumptious, is this beautiful paper that they created by pouring acrylic paint out in different layers and different colors, and the colors showing up, taking photographs, and then making it into a kit. So let's dive in. Okay. This is a kit that they put out last year. It's still available online. It's $22, so it's a really reasonable cost. You get 8 cards. I mean, how often do you get 8 cards for $22? So there's very little assembly. So that's the best part. Okay, each kit comes with a little block. So you can see this block will be really handy for any sentiments. We've got dimensionals. We've got some linen thread, and this is available online as well. So if you run out, you really like it. It's a real neutral color. And then look at these envelopes. Aren't they beautiful? I'm going to be using these for some of my photo layers, and it's just so pretty. So I'll show you how I'm going to take that apart. And then look at this yummy paper. Oh my goodness. I get so excited about beautiful stuff like this. So this is the entire card. You would fold it up, but we're going to use 2 sheets of this. And I'll still have 2 more that I can, 2 cards that I can make, or I can even cut them in half and make 4 cards out of this. It's just so beautiful. So there's lots of opportunity. And then I have this other paper. Again, it's just so beautiful. And it's both pieces. So it's just, I mean, it looks like sand with maybe some little shells on it. This looks like you've got your sand, some shells, and beautiful water. It's just gorgeous. So I'm just going to need 1 of these. And then we've got some little shell embellishments. So we're going to use a few of these. Let's see. Before I put this away, I should get the instructions out so I make sure I'm not taking away from cards, because I'm going to be taking away actually 3 cards. So actually I need 2 of the little ones. So this is like a stylized shell. So I don't need that one. And then I don't really think I want to use these. They're cute, but the way I'm going to do the sentiments, it'll be a little different. But I reserve the right to change my mind. So we'll just pull out a couple of these and possibly use them as well. Put them aside. And then what I'm most excited about are these beautiful fronds. So this one, I can actually take 2 of them out and leave the other 2 for the cards. And then these cute little beach chairs, I'm just going to use one because it goes with the brown card. And then this frond, I can use one of. They pop out really easily, and if you're just gentle, they come out really nicely. And the colors for this kit, just so you're aware, we've got pecan pie, crumb cake, Lost Lagoon, white obviously, and Lost Lagoon and Pool Party. So, but look at these beautiful beach umbrellas. They're so dainty and delicate, just really, really beautiful. And I get to use 2 of those. So, all right, so I'll put these aside for the cards that are remaining. And we've got glue dots. So that's everything. Okay, so I'll put all this aside and put these back in the box. Only need 2 envelopes. Okay, so let me show you what I'm looking at. Okay, so I've got beautiful children and grandchildren. So we're using the pecan pie as the base. And then this is Lost Lagoon cardstock. And it's really beautiful. Beautiful color combination. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have a little bit of... So I know that this is 11 inches, but also these cards are 11 inches. So let me show you what I mean. So you can see that, or sorry, it's 8.5. So this card goes only to 8.5 inches, and that's okay. So what I'm going to use is, I'm going to use this on the other sheet as well. And so this kind of extends like the sky. So these are 3.5 by 5 inch photos. And my kids subscribe to a family photo website where they can pop photos on. So this was when they visited us in California and they were out at one of the beaches. And so it was a little more of a wintry beach, but still so pretty. Okay, so we've got these really beautiful little beach umbrellas that we can use. And this sweet little beach chair. And then this one here, I was thinking of cutting and just having it be a continuation over to the right. So originally I was thinking I would do it along the bottom and just maybe tear it in half. You know, that might work actually. Don't be afraid to tear. Oops, I'm tearing it the wrong way. The reason I say that is because I like the white to show. So I think that it just kind of adds a little bit of more of the wave look. Okay, so let's just move this up a little bit. And then so I hadn't played with this before, so this is, you know, just part of the design process. You just kind of look at it and kind of figure it out as you go. And then this is still really beautiful. So I'm going to, actually I want to cut this in half and just add this on to the end here. And then this is just so beautiful. And I think that matches up a little bit better. So let's just cut a little bit off the bottom. And then just tear a tiny bit so the white shows, like the other side. Torn paper is a really nice way to just add some element to your projects, especially scrapbooking. So don't be afraid of it. Hi, Penny. Thanks for joining me. I got so engrossed in what I was doing, I was not necessarily paying attention to anybody logging on. Okay, so this really beautiful frond, you could just go there. And sometimes simple is better. You don't have to have a million things going on for a beautiful scrapbook layout. And just, you can see, just adding a couple little elements. Let me move this over just a smidge so that you've got the full layout. And I'm just kind of trying to figure out where I'm going to put things. And then I'm going to add some of these little spots. I'm going to use my white, Whisper White Craft to kind of get splatters. And I'm going to use one of my little Wink of Stellas. But really, I'm just kind of going to use what I have because I think this is really beautiful. We have some twine that we can wrap around this linen thread. You know, we could wrap around the bottom of a photo. And then the sentiments I want to add as well. So I'm going to take the enjoy from your day and then sit back and relax. And I'm going to make them 3 separate little sentiments. So just, you know, sit back, relax, you know, enjoy as a little 3 little sentiments. And then I'm going to die cut using the alphabet a la mode, the word beach. And I think that I'll put beach up here and then maybe the little sentiments down here. So you don't need a bazillion things to make a beautiful scrapbook page. So if you guys want to hang out and just let me keep putting this together, you'll kind of watch how I do this. Okay, so we'll kind of remember how we did this, and it may not turn out exactly like that when I'm done. But all right, let's put this aside for this page. Put these aside. For this page, I'm going to need the little stamps. And before I start gluing anything on, I want to start doing some of this. So this is my white craft stamp pad, classic stamp pad, and I'm just using the little specks. Okay, you can also kind of flick if you want to, but so I'm just gonna I may need to re-ink this. It doesn't show up much. So let me see if my Winkostella turns out better. So the best way to do that is to, I've got one of these used, and I just kind of make sure that there's a little extra Winkostella, okay? And then I'm going to use my bone folder, and I want it to splatter a little bit. I don't want it on my photos, so I'm going to pull it back a little ways. So this will add kind of a shimmer to my cardstock. Well, it's not turning out as chunky as I was hoping. Oh, here we go. So if I add a little bit more. So you can see a little bit of the shimmer. Put a little bit more. Okay, that's a lot better. Some nice big chunky blobs of Winkostella. So you can see I just kind of made a little bit of a pond. And I think I'm going to go back and maybe use some more of the white just to add some little speckles. So this just adds a really nice little shimmer to my page. And of course I've got cards that are gonna, or pictures that are gonna probably cover it up a little bit, but I do want, you know, some of these specks to be out here in the areas that I know there's not going to be any pictures. Okay. So that's probably enough Winkostella. And then we'll do some more of the whoops. It's a little loosey-goosey when it comes to my design process, but it's kind of a fluid thing. And don't be afraid to try things. It actually is really fun. Hey, Arlene. Oh, thank you. Okay, so what do you think? We should add maybe a little bit of pecan pie, and I'm going to use my bigger stamp pad. I'm going to need to clean off this first. So let's see if I can find my little chamois. Chamois works great because it just can kind of mold to your stamp and get all the crevices cleaned up. Okay, so we're just going to use a little pecan pie. And I'm stamping over the edge because I want it to look like it keeps going. So it ends up just kind of looking like sand. And I know these areas are going to show up, so that's why I'm adding a little element of something different. And then using my chamois to clean things up. Okay, and then a little bit of the Lost Lagoon along the bottom portion. Let's see, we've got the cards. Let's take a look and see how much of it takes up. So this is going to go here, and then this is going here, and then down below. So that kind of gives me an idea of where I can add more of these. Oops, I'm losing pieces. So my elements for this scrapbook page will be a little bit more subtle and not quite as busy as I was just looking at some examples online. It looks like I smeared my Wink of Stella a little bit. So I probably shouldn't scoot them over each other. Okay, so this one again is going to have this here. So it kind of gives us an idea of where I'm going to stamp some of this. And you can see that I'm stamping actually twice. And again, I'm going to have photos that will cover some of this off, but that's okay. Just kind of gives you a hint of some color, some variation. Okay, and now I have inky fingers. Okay, so let's put together this page. So this is a 12 by 12 of crumb cake, and this is an 8.5 by 11 of Lost Lagoon. Okay, so I'm just lining it up at the top. And then I've got one of the cards from the kit. And I'm thinking about right there, but I'm going to leave this other piece here because I want to make sure that it covers it up properly and I don't have a gap. So, all right, that works out about right. And then this one, which is that other card that I tore. And honestly, it just makes for a really beautiful beach scene. And then I'm going to continue that just a little bit. Oops, I need to pull this over just a smidge. That's why glue is so forgiving. I love that it has that ability. I can just do a little wiggling. Okay, and then we'll just trim off the excess. Okay, now for my envelopes, when I want to save my envelopes and use the outside of them, because I don't need a huge amount of it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully trim off like less than 1/8 of an inch from both sides. So just a smidge, and it allows me to open it. So now you can see I've got all this that I can use as part of my photo layering. And it's so beautiful. I think that, let's see if I can get enough for a couple of cards, or I can even just do it for one card. I think I'll just do it for one card. We'll start at this side. And we'll save this because I may need to layer it for a sentiment. And then my layers are my 3.5 inch picture, 3.5 by 5. And so this is 3 5/8 by 5 1/8. And then I have 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so then I need this layer to be about 1/4 inch more. So I'm going to do 4 inch by 5 1/2. That way all of the sides are equal, and you can see it's about 1/4 inch more than my layer. And I think that actually it kind of fights with that. So I'm just going to do this. I think that works perfectly. Now let's see if I can get one more. And I can't, not quite. So I'd have to use another envelope for that. And I think I'll save that for the other side. So I'll just do one on this page. Okay, so back to our page. I'm just doing one at a time so that you can kind of get an idea of how I do this. So I have these 3 photos that I want to use. And looks like I got a lot of Wink of Stella on her, which is too bad. So I think I'm going to use this layer on the middle one. So I don't need this. And then so what do you think? Do you think that works? And then we've got these palm fronds and a shell. And I'm thinking I'm going to use this little beach chair here because I think it would just be really cute. So I think that's it. Okay, so let's start adding. I've got my tearing tape, and I'll add my photos. If I could just find the end of it. Here we go. I'm just going to do one strip for the photo. So this is a crumb cake layer. And then I have a layer of pool party. So it's all coordinating. With all these beautiful colors over here. So I'm just using regular cardstock. So whenever you look up a kit online, they'll have a description of what's in the kit, and then below they will have the colors that are in the kit. So it makes it really easy for you to maybe purchase cardstock, and they come in either packages of, I think it's packages of 24, or you can get like a mix of a color family. So both Pool Party and Lost Lagoon are part of the subtle color family. So you can get a mix of it. But then if you want the crumb cake and the pecan pie, then you would need to get a set of the neutrals as well. But then that would give you a lot of variety to work with for the future. And remember, if you do any ordering, and you're interested in my next class, then I will include you in my next class, which is the Meandering Meadows, which is another one of the online exclusive kits. So there's a lot of Winkestella. I don't want it on the photo. So this one I'm going to go ahead and place. Okay, so I want this, I think, about right there for my scrapbook page. And then this one, yeah, try not to get any tape on the photo's front, so this way I can overlap. And all right, now let's layer this one. We've had 17 plus inches just last week and the first part of this week. And then it's supposed to be getting up to the 40s today, and it'll be maybe a little bit of rain by Sunday. So we had snow, then rain, and then more snow, and then Sunday we'll get more rain. But I think by then most of the snow will probably have. Okay, so this one I'm going to go this way, so I need the tape to go this way. And again, it stays off the photo. Tear and tape is great for scrapbooks. Okay, so don't want to cover too much of the beautiful scenery. So just there we go. Thinking this one is just a little more than I wanted to. So I think I'm going to straighten it a little bit more. I don't want my fingers on the photos. Okay, so now we've got this beautiful little umbrella. It's so cute. I love it. And this little chair. I think this palm frond. It's great behind it, maybe right there. Little seashell. I think we still have enough room for the word beach, and then sentiments for the other one as well. So let's use some dimensionals. So once you've completed your scrapbook, they have protector sheets that you can put in it. And I understand from Stampin' Up that we are working with a set of makers from another company, and we're going to be taking on the teams of scrapbookers. So I am really excited because that means that we're going to be actually adding more scrapbooking product and most likely kits for our customers. So that'll make me really happy, because I have to tell you, I haven't done a lot of scrapbooking in a long time, and I forgot how much joy it brings me. I just absolutely love doing this, and finally getting my memories down, or the grandkids down into scrapbook pages. I'll create these scrapbook pages. The kids, Emmett, he's less interested in seeing pictures of himself, but Kate, she just gets so excited. Okay, so I'm going to use some glue dots to hold this down. So I'll just find a couple of spots. She loves seeing pictures of herself, and so just having an album that I've created with all these pretty things, she can come over and enjoy it, and then when she's older and she wants it, I will give it to her. And it'll just be a really beautiful way to preserve precious memories for her. Okay, so now for this one, I'll pop up this part of the umbrella, and then I'll use a little glue dot for the bottom portion so it stays in place. I love these delicate umbrellas. They're just so beautiful. A little bit of a, like an eyelet edge to it. Make sure we leave enough room for the word beach. Okay, so this is one. And then let's put together the next one. Same thing, we'll start with the base. Okay, so I'm going to line up these two edges. Hopefully the top is lined up as well. Okay, and now I'm putting my other scrapbook page next to this so that we can make sure that the card lines up exactly. Okay. So there's a little bit of a score mark, but honestly, it's just so beautiful. I don't know about you, but I'm okay with that. And I don't need everything to be absolutely perfect. Just give yourself a little bit of grace, and I think that you'll find that you'll be so happy with the layout, you won't really even notice that there's a score mark. So, okay, so now so this one had a little bit less, and I have an extra piece. So let's just put another little layer between. Didn't think of that. That one might have been a little bit smaller than the other one. We need to make sure that there's not that little gap between. There we go. Okay. Actually, let's make this one the same size as the other. So it starts in the same place. I want these two to match up at least down here at the bottom, even if this isn't a continuous. I think that that's okay. I just want to make sure there's not a gap down here. All right. We'll trim off the excess real quick. I think if you just sit and stare at it forever and don't just start, I think you can get stuck. And I have to say that I've been stuck for years, overwhelmed by all the scrapbooking I needed to do, that I didn't do anything, which is terrible. That's just not the way it should be. So this was using my kits and just not worrying about it, just putting them together. Not having exactly, I think if I spent more time, maybe things will be a little different. But I just am so happy that I'm getting these pages done. I was going through, and just the last couple of months, I think I've done like 6 or 7 scrapbook layouts. And that's progress. So I love progress. I think I'm going to use the really pretty paper over here on this one. So I'll leave that there for now. Let's put these layers together, and then I'm going to cut another envelope apart. For a little over an hour, and I'm finding that scrapbook pages just take a little bit more time. So thank you for hanging out. All right, and so one more envelope. Let's see where it is. There it is. Okay. I'm going to cut this down so that it may need to be a little bit bigger. So let's see what I have as far as size goes. And perfect. So I don't need to make it any wider. And I'm just going to kind of make sure that I've got all my edges the same. Mark where I need to cut it. Okay, and then all right, so this beautiful one will go there. And I'll tuck this one just under it. I like my stuff to kind of touch, overlap a little bit, unless I have it all precise. So then when it's all precise, then I'll tend to be a little bit more, let's see, how was I going to do this? So this beach umbrella can go over here. I think that frond can go there. Kind of diminish the transition a little bit. And then we've got plenty of room for beach and then the little sentiments in here. So I think that's great. All right, so let's use glue dots for these little fronds. When you put a protector over it, then it's not going to matter. It's not going to shift. Okay, so this, I think, right there. And I don't want to get this in her face. Such a little cutie. They both have birthdays coming up this month. Maybe I should have done this one up here. Blends in so much to the color. Yeah, I think I'll do this. And then I'll have this pretty little one down here, so there's a little more contrast. There we go. And then let's cut one of these in half because I think there's only so much room at the top of this. Needs even a smaller piece than that. Let's see, I think this is the back. So we'll do dimensional at the top just to pop it up, and then a little glue dot at the bottom to hold it in place. The glue dot's a little bit bigger, so I just wrap it up so all the glue dot is hidden behind. And there we go. So that's the embellishments. I have this twine or the linen thread that I haven't really done anything. So I like that. Let's get all the twirlies out of here. Try to straighten it up a little bit so it's not spinning up so much. So I'm adding a couple glue dots to this, and I'm actually going to just kind of hide it a little bit. Just adding a little twine over here. Okay. Now the only thing I feel like this is missing is maybe some embellishments of some sort. So let's take a look. And I think that this really pretty gold sparkly gems, let's see, iridescent foil gems. So it's got a little bit of a gold iridescent. And I think this was in the mini catalog, and I know it's going to carry over. So let's just add some gems, because I think that would be a really pretty addition. Trying to just adding some sparkle to the beach. Like little, uh-oh, it came off without it's sticky. So one of the things that I do is I just make sure that there's like an uneven number of elements. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 little embellishments. And then I'm going to do the same over here. So you can see both of them. And I'm thinking maybe another one here. Just really beautiful. I think simple is okay. And let's die cut some of the sentiments. So I'm using the alphabet a la mode, and I'm going to need the word beach. So, and I think that I'll do this in crumb cake, and then C, H, and I've got lots of crumb cake scraps over here. Maybe I have more room on this side and should put beach up here. I think that would be a better idea. And then I can do my enjoy, rest, relax over here somewhere. So let's do that. I've got tons of scraps here, so I might as well just use one of them. Okay, so one of the things that I do is I use my adhesive sheets, because what it does is it makes my dies, my die cutouts, into a sticker. So these letters are about 1 3/4 high, a little bit less, closer to 1.5. So I'm going to cut it about 1.5 inches, maybe a smidge more high. And I only need, let's see, I need 4 inches. Okay, so it's like a sticker, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the backing off. Okay, so I'm going to start on this side and put my letters here. Doesn't have to be in any special order, just I'm going to go ahead and keep it so that it's spelled right. And then I've got some of this Post-it, kind of keep things in place so they don't move around too much. I don't want them overlapping. They'll ruin themselves. And this is one of the little mini cut and emboss machines. So just make sure that it's far enough along. I stagger the plates so that it goes through okay. There we go. The whole world moves. Sorry about that. Okay. Remove my tearing tape. Or actually not tearing tape, sorry. My Post-it note. So it works really great for dies. But my cats love it. So I have to watch them. Because they tend to go crazy and chew on it. Okay, so now I've got a sticker C and a sticker H. Okay, everything fell out real nicely. That's the best way to work it. Okay, so now I need to use the stamp set to add the little words that I wanted. Let's find the stamps. Where's this? Oh, here it is. Okay. And put the little dots back. So this says sit back and relax, and we're going to separate those out. And I'm going to use the Lost Lagoon on the Pool Party cardstock by my chamois. So these are the stamps that came with the kit. And then I'm going to cut the word out, enjoy. Because I think this little sentiment is better for sending a card versus a scrapbook page, but I can cut out what I want from it and add it to this. Okay, so let's put all these up here. Okay. And I might even like cut out the word day and make it a beach day. Should we be precise or should we be wonky? What do you think? And then we'll cut out the words Then we've got the word relax that we need to. See how I did that? I just kind of layered it. So let's glue it together. So I put sit back here, and I put enjoy, and maybe relax. Look at over there. So let's get rid of all the extras. Yeah, I think this needs the word day. So we'll do beach, and then we'll use the word day, and then I'll take photos and share this on my blog and on my website. My blog is probably going to take a couple days because Easter is this weekend. We're going out of town to see these little cuties. So I hope you enjoyed watching me. I'll have more of this information here shortly. I'll have more measurements and how I put it together in my blog, but I'll also do photos on my Facebook page, so you'll get to see the end result. So I hope you enjoyed this. I was really happy with how pretty and just simple this turned out. A little sparkle with the Wink of Stella and some gems, and really the little sentiment here is, the little beach, that's die cuts, but otherwise I used the kit. And that's the best part. So hopefully you're inspired to get your kits out and make them into scrapbook pages. I know that sometimes we get things and we think, oh, I don't need any more cards right now. Well, this is a great way to use your cards. I mean, look at that gorgeous paper and just a little bit of extra tearing here and adding a little bit there. You got a great scrapbook page. So, all right, I'll see you soon. I'll be back on Monday evening with my Marvelous Monday, and I'm not sure what I'm going to play with just yet, but I got lots of time for inspiration to think about it. So have a great weekend and happy Easter. I hope that you have a wonderful, joy-filled weekend.